They expect you to be first in every subject, starting from LKG to your 12th. And they are successful. Never bothered about the lakhs of money spent on your education. And once you get good rank in CET, JEE and many other competitive examinations, just go face your father, looking into his eyes. Say, Dad, I want to be a politician. Just see the reaction. Nevertheless, it will surely disobey the Newton's third law, that is action not equal to reaction. Happy New Year to you all. Respected dignitaries, members of the jury, and all my dear friends. It's I, Cadets Santosh, representing Rashtrapati House, here to debate for the motion on the given topic, that is, institutions of higher education should be beyond politics and political interference. Friends, let me start with the question. What comes into your mind when you hear the word politics? Is it the corruption, money laundering, or the fake promises? If it is so, you are not wrong, because the word politics has lost its significance. The word politics has become politics, and now it is considered as the dirty business. Only 10% of the politicians are true dedicated leaders, and rest 90% are just rooting the country instead of funding. And we are sitting in this country auditorium are debating here that should growing, clean and transparent youth fall into the same well? My God, the opponents might be thinking that I am just bluffing them. But Mr. President, I have 4 solid reasons to support myself. The first one is lack of experience. You may be wondering, what is this? A youth also knows something about politics as he is taught in the class, isn't it? But friends, it's just like asking Roger Federer, the great tennis ace, that Federer, you know how to hit the ball? So please come and open news for Indian cricket. But friends, can he? Same is the case with students. Students' field is entirely different from that of politics. And frankly speaking, there is no dearth of politicians in the country. And they know their duty. And what required is a small change in them. So friends, it is very much better for the student community to stay away from politics. My second reason is students' job is to study. Let me remind you the famous words of Lenin, a great Russian revolutionary. He says, your first duty is to study, your second duty is to study, and your third duty is to study. So friends, study, 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 and only study. Any doubt? No doubt he is right, because the academic pressure is more. My father still regrets that in those days, scoring 70% was not a mere achievement. But nowadays, the one who scores 90% stands nowhere. Friends, the competition is tough. The pressure of finding job can be crushing. It's the intense 24/7 internet age. So let the students be confined to their own studies. Let them excel in their own field and contribute much more than a politician for the prosperity of the country. My third reason is it's the age of enjoyment. A youth, after finding his profession, in his 20s wants to enjoy at his fullest. And he cannot afford to choose a career like politics. Because a politician's work is to serve the country selflessly and always work for people. But this growing mind cannot take up such risky jobs. My fourth and the last reason is fluctuating minds. I repeat, students' minds are fluctuating. Students are like clay. They take shape according to situation. And let me tell you, by taking interest in politics leads a student for an active participation in strikes, demonstrations and processions, by which a student may finally land himself in a jail. For example, the JNU issue. I need not tell you much about it because most of my knowledgeable opponents have told much about it. Friends, this politics completely disturbs a student's mind and disturbs him from his studies. And at last, a student loses his real purpose in his life and goes astray. That is my conclusion. What I would like to tell my so-called worthy opponents that even after listening this long to me, if you are still not convinced, I can't bang my head anymore. I can support you. if and only if there is a proper training and education about how to go ahead in politics before a student enters into politics. And at last, I would like to quote a thought. Life is not about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. So please do it.